All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson, flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Texans' 32-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Big head, big head, big head.
Hey, 57 color, 57 color.
Shit.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check 41. Okay, double up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's got Rodgers. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Scott, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on, QB, come on.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
41 Mike.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his target, Fuller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
You're set. 19. Check, check. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's caught out wide by Stills. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Hey, 24.
Out of the gun, Watson. Got his man, Isaiah Crowell. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
They run it from the gun with Crowell. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Well, that run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Check, 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 check.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 16 yards, a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On first down, Scott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go, D.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And Stills bringing it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
15.
Chopper. 41 Mike.
15.
Here we go.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Scott. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Watson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete. Stills. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, he finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. He's got Fuller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
This is taken at the 3. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. All even through 1 half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On play action, it's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Let's bring it. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
From the gun, Watson. On the left side, this is Stills. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Watson now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Watson, operating from the gun. It's caught by Crowell. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the screen. Watch the 57. Watch the screen. Mike 41. We've got to wedge that, huh? On the ball.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Taking it about the 16. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Mike, is that? I'm 18. Mike, I'm coming after you. 31.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Thomas has got it, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 24. 53. You left between. 29. Switch gears. 53 to Mike.
Now Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Scott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yellow.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, we got four. We got four down. Check.
15.
Mahomes going to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Let's go. You tighten up.
They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Yellow.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Watch QB drop. Check.
Hey, 57.
Check.
They go again with Scott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st down, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Watson. Now he's forced out right. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Scott. He finds an opening past the 40. The 40. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Boston Scott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. The big fella, and he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
54. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
So we got man.
Now a first down throw. Watson being chased out left. And he's got this down to the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Watson going deep for a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
4-1 Mike. 4-1 Mike.
All right, D, let's run. All right, D.
They'll run with Scott. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Scott. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation, because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Yellow. Let's go out, 80.
21 Mike. Wild Bill. Wild Bill.
And they take a knee.
Yellow.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Chiefs, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Houston, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for our entire crew, along